Man, cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
Terence Crawford brought Floyd Mayweather into his training camp as he gears up for his showdown with Canelo Alvarez later this year. The undefeated boxing legend was thoroughly impressed by Crawford's sharpness and growth. Confident in Crawford's chances, Mayweather predicted that Canelo would be knocked out when the fight takes place. On top of Crawford's already elite skills, Mayweather shared advanced defensive strategies to help him evade the power of the larger opponent. One of the techniques Mayweather emphasized was the shoulder roll, along with precise footwork drills for Crawford to adopt. It's clear Crawford is preparing for both Canelo's offensive power and defensive tactics, no matter what style he brings to the ring. Confident as ever, the undefeated pound-for-pound king believes he'll deliver serious damage. After the session, Mayweather reflected on his own fight with Canelo years ago, noting striking similarities between the younger version of himself and Crawford today. He hinted that the outcome this time will mirror what happened 12 years ago. Mayweather faced Canelo in a WBC and WBA light middleweight title fight back in September 2013. It marked the 45th bout of Mayweather's illustrious career, pitting him against a young and hungry Mexican fighter in the biggest test of his career at the time. While many expected a tough challenge for Mayweather, the fight turned out to be largely one-sided. The American secured a dominant points victory, though the scorecards reflected a closer contest than most boxing fans had witnessed.
Canelo, I was 36, and Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys.
Mayweather controlled the fight from start to finish, showcasing his skill and experience to outclass Canelo over 12 rounds and earn a majority decision victory. Despite his dominance, one judge, C.J. Ross, controversially scored the fight 114-114, leaving many, including Mayweather, in disbelief. Speaking to Fight Hype, the now 47-year-old didn't hold back when discussing Canelo's performance. Summing it up in 3 blunt words, he said, "He was nothing." Mayweather elaborated further, criticizing Canelo's ability. "Let me tell the truth about Canelo," he said. "That fight was easy, a cakewalk. You're all hyping this guy up, but he was nothing. I was almost 40, and I cooked him easy."
It's really that they don't want, it's not that they don't want to see Tank win because they feel like it's beating me because I dominated the fight game for so long. But these same writers out here, they praise Canelo. He can pick and choose who he want to fight.
Mayweather retired a few years after his win over Canelo, but over a decade later, Canelo has cemented his status as one of boxing's biggest stars. He has captured world titles across middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight divisions, even becoming the undisputed champion at 168 pounds. After suffering his first career loss to Mayweather, Canelo rebounded with an impressive 15-fight winning streak, collecting world titles in multiple weight classes along the way. Now, he's gearing up for another monumental bout, with a highly anticipated showdown against pound-for-pound great Terence Crawford reportedly set for later this year.
World titles and was undisputed champion. I think, the Tank age, the young low champions.
Some experts are questioning whether the weight difference might be too much for Crawford, who would be moving up from 154 pounds to 168 pounds for this fight. With Crawford having only one previous bout in the super welterweight division, many believe Canelo's natural size advantage could lead to a dominant knockout victory for the Mexican. This scenario is being compared to Canelo's fight with Amir Khan, where Khan also moved up 2 weight classes and suffered a devastating KO. Addressing this, Mayweather shared his thoughts on Canelo's power after their fight. When asked if it worried him before their bout, Mayweather's response was simple: "Not at all."
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts. And the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36.
Mayweather went on to explain that Canelo's power in the ring was nothing he hadn't experienced before. "It's nothing I've never felt before," he said, referencing his 20-plus years in the sport. His remarks might boost Crawford's confidence, especially since Canelo hasn't secured a stoppage in his last 5 fights. At 34 years old, the Guadalajara-born fighter currently holds the unified WBC, WBA, and WBO titles at 168 pounds. Now, he's preparing to defend his crown against fellow pound-for-pound superstar Terence "Bud" Crawford in what promises to be one of the most significant bouts in boxing history. Canelo's only other loss came in 2022 when he was outclassed by former WBA light heavyweight champion Dimitri Bivol.
With 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s, and they're in their...
What made the situation even more intriguing was Hearn's presence at the training camp, where he had come to support Shakur Stevenson. This unexpected gathering of Mayweather, Crawford, and Hearn turned the session into a mini-meeting of boxing's biggest names. While the saying goes, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, the modern world, with its witnesses and cameras, makes it nearly impossible to keep such events under wraps, especially when Floyd Mayweather is involved. A recent encounter between Mayweather and Hearn at a gym in Sin City quickly caught attention. Though the exchange appeared lighthearted on the surface, it was clear that playful banter carried an undercurrent of competitive jabs.
So one day, somebody asked, because you know I don't have social media on my phone. Yeah. So they showed me Eddie. Eddie was like, "Boy, Mayweather ain't got no money. That's why he doing exhibition."
It's worth noting that Hearn had previously made statements claiming Floyd Mayweather wasn't as wealthy as he portrayed, even suggesting that Mayweather's pursuit of exhibition fights was driven by financial necessity. However, Mayweather's incredible earnings from his legendary boxing career, which surpassed $1.2 billion, including major paydays against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, tell a different story. Current reports estimate Mayweather's net worth at around $400 million, enabling him to live a lavish lifestyle outside the ring. Despite retiring from professional boxing in 2017, Mayweather has continued to participate in lucrative exhibition bouts, facing lesser-known opponents like YouTubers Deji and Logan Paul.
He's doing exhibitions. No, Eddie don't believe that now.
Yeah, but Eddie will say some shit like that now.
Eddie will say some shit, but one thing.
The boxing legend has consistently claimed he's earning 8-figure paydays from each exhibition fight, even referring to them as legalized bank robberies. When explaining his decision to take on these showman-style events, Mayweather has emphasized that it's all about building his generational wealth. However, Matchroom boxing promoter Hearn has suggested in several interviews that Mayweather's net worth might not be as high as many believe, pointing to his extravagant spending habits. Hearn commented, "I don't think he's got the money he says he does. He doesn't need the money, but with that kind of lifestyle and the way he spends, it adds up."
What about that? But me and Eddie got it clear. Didn't we, Eddie?
Yeah.
One thing, me and my buddy got it clear.
We said as long as it's 10 or 20, no problem. Anything less.
The situation reached a peak when Mayweather and Hearn ran into each other in Las Vegas, where Mayweather confronted Hearn about his comments. The undefeated former boxer claimed that Hearn sometimes makes these remarks, but they had already cleared things up between them. They turned the moment into a playful exchange, joking as if the rumors were true and throwing lighthearted jabs at each other. Their groups of friends enjoyed the banter as they all watched sparring at a local boxing gym. Both were in town for the fight between Diego Pacheco and Steve Nelson, and Mayweather began the conversation with a laugh, saying, "One day, somebody showed me what Eddie said. You know, I don't have social media on my phone."
Can't be less than 10. Because then we're struggling for money.
I had to show Eddie some of the account.
Mayweather continued, playfully teasing. Eddie was like, "Floyd Mayweather Jr. ain't got no money. That's why he's doing exhibitions." He added, "Eddie doesn't really believe that. I know he says stuff like that, but me and Eddie got it clear." Both Mayweather and Hearn wore smug grins, and the two shared a handshake to confirm there were no hard feelings. Hearn then responded with a joke, saying, "Yeah, as long as it's 10 or 20, there's no problem. Anything less, it can't be less than 10. The comment had Mayweather laughing out loud, joined by a chuckling member of his team. It was clear that the two had no animosity between them.
Imagine how much money Floyd Mayweather would have made if I was his promoter back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Mayweather Jr. revealed that he had even shown Hearn some of his bank accounts, clearing up any doubts. "Listen, I had to show Eddie some of my accounts," Mayweather said. Hearn, ever the promoter, responded with a grin. "Imagine how much Floyd Mayweather would have made if I was his promoter. Do you know what I'm saying?" It's clear that Mayweather is far from lacking in cash, especially considering his impressive spending spree in recent months. The boxing legend has made significant investments in real estate, including his largest purchase to date, a $42 million series of apartment blocks. They say a lot of truth can be found in jest, but in Mayweather's case, that doesn't apply. He remains one of the richest former athletes in the world. While it's unclear if he has more exhibitions scheduled, Mayweather continues to be linked to potential lucrative return bouts. Although Hearn never promoted Mayweather, he likely wishes he had, given the American star power. Mayweather's pay-per-view events against Manny Pacquiao in 2015 and Conor McGregor in 2017 still stand as the two highest-earning fights in modern boxing history.
When I come and do an exhibition or come out and box and have some fun, I do it because I want to do it, not because I have to do it.
Despite earning an incredible amount of money over his 20-plus-year boxing career, there have been rumors about Mayweather not always managing his finances wisely. Even during the build-up to his massive fight with Conor McGregor in 2017, the Irishman hinted that Mayweather might be facing tax issues. While Mayweather remains the richest fighter in boxing history, questions about his wealth have resurfaced since his retirement. Eddie Hearn has also raised concerns, questioning the true extent of Mayweather's financial situation following the end of his professional boxing career.
Yeah, I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know.
In a recent interview with GRM Daily, Eddie Hearn questioned Mayweather's wealth, suggesting that the 50-0 fighter doesn't have as much money as he claims. Hearn stated, "I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think. I don't think he needs the money, but when you've got that lifestyle and you're spending what he's spending." In response, Floyd Mayweather fired back with a new video on his Instagram, boasting more than usual to counter Hearn's claims and prove them false.
It's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set, you know. He was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing.
In the video, Mayweather was shown a check and deliberately announced the amount, saying, "You know what we do? The one and only Floyd Money Mayweather, CEO of Zeus. I appreciate you. You guys always do great business." He then pointed out, "That's 6 zeros. It's not bad, it's a deal, I appreciate it." His intention was clear, to show that his wealth was very much intact and to challenge Hearn's doubts.
Come on, let me go.
The money man is back, you know?
You know what we do? The one and only Floyd Money Mayweather, CEO of Zeus.
In another interview, Mayweather took the opportunity to troll Eddie Hearn, saying, "When I come and do an exhibition, it's because I love the sport and I feel like it."
The art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibition.
Floyd Mayweather is widely regarded as the biggest moneymaker in boxing history. With a flawless 50-0 record, the 47-year-old retired from professional boxing after an extraordinary career, becoming the sport's top draw. Over the course of his 50-fight career, Mayweather generated billions in revenue, solidifying his place as the biggest financial force in boxing.
The art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes.
Hearn's comments do carry weight, as throughout his career, Mayweather has often been seen flaunting his wealth and showcasing his cash, whether in businesses or on social media. However, he's also been criticized for not always being smart with his money. Despite retiring from professional boxing after one of the sport's biggest paydays, a historic fight against former two-division UFC champion Conor McGregor, Mayweather continues to participate in exhibition bouts. He's faced a variety of opponents, including YouTuber and WWE superstar Logan Paul, English reality TV star Aaron Chalmers, and former MMA fighter John Gotti III.
I want to say I appreciate you. You guys always do great business.
Thank
And
you.
of course,
You know, we
if I'm the money man, they gotta have some fun. You know?
We always got something for Floyd. Come on, man. Easy, man. That's easy.
That's some zeros.
Is that all right?
The fact that Mayweather is still competing years after retiring from professional boxing has raised questions about his financial stability. Despite earning an immense amount of money throughout his career, Mayweather is often seen on social media flaunting large sums of cash, expensive watches, and discussing his business ventures. Eddie Hearn has questioned Mayweather's wealth, expressing doubt over whether the boxer truly has as much money as he claims, even after retiring undefeated.
The legacy a little bit,
Yeah, a little bit.
and that's what I feel like's happened with.
Crawford has boldly claimed that he would defeat Floyd Mayweather if they ever faced off during Mayweather's active career. The switch-hitting fighter from Omaha, Nebraska, is a four-weight world champion with 31 stoppages to his name. His most recent triumph was winning the World Boxing Association title in the super welterweight division with a decision victory over Israel Madrimov. Crawford's accomplishments include being undisputed in 2 divisions, making him one of only 3 fighters to achieve that in the four-belt era. As Crawford continues to assert his place as the best of his generation, fans are debating how he would measure up against the all-time greats, with a fantasy matchup against Mayweather standing out as a compelling possibility.
So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit, okay, I'm just asking.
Man.
Floyd Mayweather famously retired undefeated in 2017 as one of boxing's most lucrative stars, with notable victories over the likes of Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, Shane Mosley, and Oscar de la Hoya. The question remains, though, would Terence Crawford be added to that list if the two had ever crossed paths? When asked about a potential matchup with Mayweather on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, Crawford didn't hesitate to back himself. "Me versus anybody," he said confidently. Crawford's trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, shares the same belief, though he admits to being biased, saying, "Crawford is like my son, so I'm always going to back him." Terence has that dog in him. He didn't get to where he is overnight. It's taken years and years.
Fight though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
If you put Terence Crawford in his prime against Mayweather in his prime, it's clear that Mayweather would likely have the edge in terms of boxing IQ. However, Crawford is known for having more dog in him, which could make the fight interesting. Whether Crawford could break down Mayweather's famed defense remains a topic of ongoing debate. Another conversation that continues to spark discussion in the boxing world is the greatest of all-time debate. Legends like Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. have left a lasting legacy on the sport, with both being considered the best pound-for-pound fighters of their eras, leading to endless arguments over who truly deserves the title of the greatest boxer of all time.
The Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah.
Floyd Mayweather, with his flawless 50-0 record, is widely regarded by many as the greatest pound-for-pound boxer in history. His impenetrable defense and ability to control the pace of a fight made him a unique spectacle in the ring. On top of his boxing skills, Mayweather's career was marked by incredible commercial success, with 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events in boxing history. However, Roy Jones Jr., an undisputed champion across 4 weight classes, has a different view. In an interview with Real Life Productions, when asked if he considered Mayweather the GOAT, Jones Jr. gave a simple yet emphatic response. No, slick but punishing, Jones was the first fighter in over a century to win a middleweight world title and then do the same at heavyweight. Throughout his storied career, he held top honors in 4 divisions, defeating the likes of James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, and Antonio Tarver, all while showcasing an endlessly watchable style.
Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go up and top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died.
Mayweather famously wrapped up his career with a perfect 50-0 record, holding titles in 5 different divisions and showcasing a defense many consider the best ever. He became one of the most lucrative stars in boxing, with 4 of the top 5 highest-selling pay-per-view events. In an interview with Real Life Productions, Jones Jr. was asked if Mayweather's undefeated record made him the greatest of all time. His response was simple: "No, He went on to explain that while Mayweather's career is impressive, there have been other campaigns that stand out even more. You have to respect anything a person does to stay undefeated that long. I respect it to a degree, Jones said. But is 50-0 the reason I think he's the greatest fighter of all time? Nah. Julio Cesar Chavez went 87-0 at one point. Can you ever top that? No. He also noted that Mayweather stopped at 50-0, partly because of Rocky Marciano, pointing out, Rocky died. If he wouldn't have died, Floyd probably would have kept going.
That he probably would have kept going too. So that's, and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect that?
Yeah.
You feel me? Right. So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but
Right.
come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor.
Jones took particular issue with Mayweather's farewell fight, a 10th round stoppage against UFC superstar Conor McGregor, who was making his boxing debut. Jones believes the nature of that matchup doesn't carry the same weight as some of the other legendary battles in boxing. In the end, the debate over who is the greatest of all time will continue, driven by the unique accomplishments and philosophies of both Jones and Mayweather. And that's all for now. For the latest updates on news, moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.